Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Virtual Preschool. I am so glad you have decided to join me for circle time today. Let's figure out what the day of the week is. So the last day of school we had was Tuesday, Wednesday. So today is Thursday. Yes, so let's move that rainbow arrow down to Thursday. And who remembers the name of our month? May. Yes, so let's go ahead and count the numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and what comes next? 12. And let's figure out our pattern. Blue flower, pink flower, bird, bird. Blue flower, pink flower, bird, bird. Yes, so we have a number 12 with a bird on it. That was yesterday. That was a 4's class day, so we need to do one more. 10, 11, 12, 13. And our pattern, blue flower, pink flower, bird, bird. Blue flower, yes. So we have a number 13 with a blue flower on it. All right, so let's say the whole date. Today is Thursday, May 13th, 2021. All right, now let's look out the window and see what the weather is like at your house. So when you look out your window, is it partly cloudy, cloudy, sunny, windy, rainy, stormy, or snowy? And if you step outside your door, does it feel burning hot, hot, warm, cool, cold, or freezing cold? Don't forget to check your weather app so you know what the number is for the temperature today. All right, so this week we've been talking all about, who remembers? Insects, right? And remember the one kind of creature that a lot of people think is an insect, but I said it's not. Does anyone remember what it was? Spiders, right? Spiders are not insects, they are arachnids. They have 8 legs instead of 6. All right, so let's see what our book is today in our mystery envelope. So this book is called Beetle Bop. So beetles are a kind of insect. We can see if we look at the beetles on the front here. Look at this one. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 legs. It has the 2 antennae. It has the head, the thorax, and the abdomen. So we know that that is an insect. All right, Beetle Bop. Striped beetles, spotted beetles, all over dotted beetles. Brown beetles, green beetles, not often seen beetles. Buzzing beetles, humming beetles, steadily drumming beetles. Big beetles, small beetles, crawl up the wall beetles. Chewing beetles, sawing beetles, noisily gnawing beetles. Round beetles, square beetles, fly in the air beetles. Bark beetles, sand beetles, fill up your hand beetles. That is a big beetle. Look at that. Almost as big as that hand. Diving beetles, whirling beetles, spiraling, swirling beetles. Blue beetles, black beetles. Hide in the crack, beetles. Looks like that's a crack between the sidewalk. Glowing beetles, flashing beetles, constantly crashing beetles. So beetles like to fly towards light, don't they? A lot of insects like to do that. They're attracted to it. Beetles flip, beetles flop. Beetles fly. Beetles bop. Alright, so that's kind of a fun book about beetles, isn't it? So, we have our May calendar to do today. Alright, so we know the first thing that we need to do is write our name. Miss Mika, and then we're going to trace some numbers. Now remember, if you are 4 or 5, so some of you have turned 4, right? You need to trace all the numbers, and that's what we do in the 4's class. So I am not 4 or 5, so I traced some of the numbers and wrote my name. Then what we're going to do is we are going to make a flower, all right? We're going to make a handprint flower because April showers bring May flowers, right? So we're going to make a May flower. We're going to do it with our handprint. So I already made my handprint part of the flower because I didn't want to have to use paint on my hands for circle time on the screen, because then I'd have to stop and I'd have to go wash all the paint off my hands, right? So I went ahead and I painted my hand. So you're going to use a paintbrush to paint your hand, or have your parents or grandparents paint your hand with whatever color you want your flower to be. And then you're going to stamp your handprint on the paper like I did, okay? Then you're going to let it dry. So I've let mine dry. I did this actually a couple days ago. And then you need to add the other parts of a flower. Remember last week we talked about the parts of a flower? So right here we have the flower, right? The fingers are the petals. So then we are going to add a stem. So here's my stem. Here's the stem. And then we need to have some leaves. So there is the stem and leaves and the flower. And then what do we need to add on the bottom down here? What grows down into the ground? The roots. Yes. So remember, the roots are the part that grows first. So I'm going to add lots of roots. And I'm going to actually add some roots a little up higher too, because when I glue my calendar on here, it's going to be hard to see some of the roots. So I'm going to put some of them going up a little bit like that. So there's my roots. Roots, stem, leaves, and flower. And now, if I forgot this with the 4's class, if you want, you can add some seeds in the middle of your flower, because, right, your flower makes more seeds, right? So there's some seeds in the middle of my flower. Now I need to glue the two parts together. So this time, instead of putting glue on the back of my calendar, I'm going to put glue on the bottom corners of this paper, because this paper is smaller than the calendar, okay? Otherwise, it's a little difficult to figure out where to put the glue on the calendar. So we're going to put it on the, oops. Will that work? Let's see, do I want to do it that way? Nope, you know what? I need to put, let's see. You know what? I think I am going to do it that way. That's not the way I did with the 4's, but I think I'm going to put a long line of glue on the bottom. It's a little different than what we usually do. And then I'm going to stick it to the top of my May calendar, and that way you can see the roots better. That's a much better way to do it than I was doing the other day. So there is my May calendar. All right. Then I have just a few other things to show you. I'm not going to talk about really how to do them a lot, but in your packet you have a set of insect information cards. So they have a picture and the name of the insect, and then it tells some facts about each of the different insects on the cards. All right, so you can use those at home however you would like to learn about some insect facts. There is also an insect scavenger hunt for you to do, so you can go outside and see what kinds of insects you can find that are on this paper. And it might take you a while. Maybe it'll take you all summer to find all these insects, but it's a good one to try. And then there's also this I Spy Bugs, where you're going to count the number of each kind of bug down here and then write it or trace it on the line. All right, so that is what I have to share with you today. I hope you have a great rest of your day. There is no small group today because we have a play date at 10:30 at Parker Mill Park. Yes. Yep, today, 10:30, Parker Mill Park, there is a play date. All right, so I hope to see a lot of you there. Bye, everyone.